Mm. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. This is Simple Steps to Peace number 30. I'm Jeff Hicks. I help guiding seekers inward, and we use thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as doorways opening to greater knowing so we can live life with greater congruence and peace. Let's talk about decisions today. Hey, it's Amelia Earhart's birthday. Today, when I'm recording this, 24th of July, and Amelia Earhart said, "The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life, and the procedure, the process, is its own reward." Now, often if you check my Facebook feed, you'll see that I will take a quote and then I'll riff on it for a while, telling different stories or showing how this could be used for practical steps. But Amelia is so expansive here, I can't add a lot. So let's just chunk down what she says bit by bit. And I'm going to use a silly example in everyday living so that we could just see how the process might work and how we may make it harder for ourselves. Now, she says the most difficult thing is the decision to act. Well, I don't know about you, but I know that I have made a lot of decisions to act, and then I've, for some reason, chosen to forget that decision and choose something else. Now, it sounds to Amelia that she is taking the firm definition of the word decision, which I'm sure you've heard before, comes from a root word of to cut off. To cut off from any other possibility is to decide, and nothing else is going to do until that decision comes to clarity and reality manifesting in the world. That isn't often the case. We often decide things, but then backtrack. So let's just take this silly example. Say you want to go to a restaurant with a friend, and you've decided you're going to a restaurant, but you've got to decide which one. So here's the decision we'll focus on first, is deciding which restaurant to go to. Well, once you make that decision, we're going to go to Y restaurant. Rethinking that question wastes time, confuses our friend, makes things difficult. Oh, well, I know we decided to go to Y restaurant, but Z restaurant could do this, and our restaurant might do that. So choosing in this situation, the restaurant choice, once we've made it, something really drastic has to happen, or we're going to end up at that restaurant. Now, she says the rest is merely tenacity, getting to the restaurant, sitting down at the table, choosing what to eat. Now, once you've chosen from the menu and you've given your decision to the server, does it make sense to question yourself. Oh, I don't know if I really want that. I know I told the server that's what I wanted, and it sounded good at the time, but I, I really am thinking that the this or that might be better. I know this is silly, but it's the process that we often go through when we do make a decision. We second guess, third, and triple guess ourselves. But it would be pretty silly in the restaurant situation, wouldn't it? It'd be a waste of time. Once you have decided on the restaurant, and notice the piece of that decision, and then you've chosen what we'd like to eat, and you've given your order to the server, there's a piece there. A decision has been made. And the rest is tenacity, or waiting for it to happen, allowing for your decision to happen. And any fears about, oh, did I choose the right thing? Or I wonder if it's going to be good. Any of those fears, like Amelia says, those are paper tigers. And when we have a tenacity, once we've made the decision, anything that comes up, whether from inside or from outside, we've made our decision. It's solid. We're going in this direction. Amelia says you can do anything you decide to do. Now, here's Amelia. Somewhere in the 1930s, women couldn't even get birth control without the permission from their husband. But Amelia chose to fly airplanes, so she chose us. You can do anything you decide to do, and you can act to change and control your life. And she did. In our restaurant example, we've chosen. We're going through with what we've chosen and controlled in this moment of our life in our restaurant example. And then she says, the procedure, the process is its own reward. If we catch ourselves making a firm decision, I am going to create today. I am going to write, paint, make that phone call, learn this tool, whatever it is for you. Once you've made that decision and have the tenacity for that decision, well then, any fears, any conflicts that come up, Amelia calls them paper tigers. Because if we have committed to the decision, it's already done. Yes, situations, experiences, people will come up that may seem to be in conflict or to be in the way of what we desire, the decision that we've made. But once we have made this decision, this is it. We can allow it to come to us. We can meet anything that seems like a conflict with tenacity, knowing our decision has been made and we will arrive at what we have decided. In our restaurant example, we've made the decision to go to the restaurant. We've made the decision what to eat. Each time, solid, done. Silly to be questioning it. You can do that. Make decisions the same way in your living. And the procedure and the process. We may have wavered in our decisions in the past, and like anything that we have to, any muscle that we have to use, or any process or procedure that we would like to make happen in our life, It's a learning experience. It requires practice. And if we notice that we're wavering from our decision, we can say, no, get back on track. I've made this decision. Yes, there may seem like a conflict. It may be in my mind and my thoughts. I, uh, but or it may be something outside. But darn it, I've made this decision, and I am sticking to it. This may require practice for you, and you can notice that once we are able to decide, cut ourselves off from any other possibility, there is a peace. The peace of knowing this is here and now. I'm not in conflict with it. I'm not trying to change it, second guess it, analyze it. The decision has been made, and this is peace. And I invite you to step into this peace now. It's a peace that passes any understanding. It's got no boundary, no form. You can't point at it or wad it up and put it in your pocket for later. It's here and now. Whenever we choose, we decide to be in focus within this peace. And I invite you, as you make decisions and encounter people, situations, that you meet these from this place of peace. Noticing that this peace, while it might be obscured by what may seem like thoughts or something that are hiding it, but just like clouds in the sky, you can notice how anything that obscures or seems to get in the way of this peace can just fall away, dissolve. And maybe the peace comes into this situation, fills it up. Or maybe this conflict just dissolves and falls away. Or maybe the peace is here and notices itself, and anything else is not noticed. I do hope this serves you. Having trouble making decisions? Check out what I've got to offer at jeffhickshere.com. I do hope this serves you, and I'll talk with you again soon.